Hello children, today we are going to learn how to change the degree of comparison, right? Degrees of adjectives. Degrees किस चीज़ की होती है? Comparison is made with adjectives. So this is also called degree of adjective. First we'll look at the positive degree. The positive degree of an adjective makes no comparison. It just modifies or gives more information about a noun. So, in positive degree, only information about that particular noun is given. For example, this set is very informative. This particular official, whatever that authority or that office is very informative. So informative is the adjective of that seat. Okay. So there is no comparison here. It is just the information about seat. He is an intelligent boy. So intelligent is the objective of the boy, and we are getting information about the boy. In comparative degree, there is comparison. So we have to add R or ER when the objective is one syllable, when the adjective is of one syllable. So how the sentence ka construction is made? Ahmad is taller than Ali. Now look, first we take the noun or the subject, that is Ahmad, or the pronoun. It can also be he for Ahmad. So noun, subject or pronoun. Then form of be is is. Is the form of be, right? So it can be negative or positive. Is taller or is not taller. Anything. Here it is positive. Then we put the adjective by adding R or ER, right? Some adjectives for which we cannot add R or ER, we have to put more. But generally we will add R or ER. Like here we are getting taller. Next we need to put THAN then, which is very important. And then we put the object or the pronoun for the object, that is Ali. Understood? So Ahmed is taller than Ali. That is how the construction of comparative sentence is done. See, in the next sentence we are getting pronoun. He is stronger than me. Again, end also is with pronoun. Sydney is bigger than Melbourne. Here we are getting nouns, and in the end we are getting object. Okay. Melbourne is smaller than Sydney. Meaning is same. If Sydney is bigger than Melbourne, that means Melbourne is smaller than Sydney. So both are comparative degrees. It can also be used in questions. Is she any better? तो यहाँ पे comparison कौन सी चीज़ में हुई है? Comparison is between the time. Is she any better now than before? So logically you should think like that. Is she any better now than before? In India, May is hotter than June. Okay, comparison between May and June. Julie is prettier than her sister. Comparison between Julie and her sister. Who is the most beautiful girl in your class? So here the sentence is talking about the highest degree of being beautiful. So this is a sentence of superlative degree, which is the most precious of all metals. Again, a question of superlative degree. The is the identifier for superlative degree, the most. So that is the superlative degree. The most beautiful, the most precious. Now this one, her husband is 10 years older than her. The comparison is between husband and her. It is comparative sentence. All of us are bad singers, but I am the worst of all. Okay, so this is mix of both. All of us are bad singers. So first is what? All of us are bad singers is information. So it is a positive degree. And the last part is, but I sing the worst of all. So this is the superlative in being worst, the worst. Okay. So that is first part is positive degree and last part is superlative degree. I think you require a more nutritious diet. Okay. So this is the comparison between nutritious diet, more nutritious diet than before. Now you require more nutritious diet than before. So there is a time element involved, which is the driest part of India, the driest. So this is superlative. So questions can also be formed. It was the proudest moment of my life. So this is again superlative. Structure, how to use. Let us check the structure of each sentence. Japan is more modern than many other countries in Asia. So, like we have said before, first we put the noun Japan, then is the form of be. See, comparative mein you can use both, more as well as less. Okay. Then you put the adjective. So here we are using more, and then the adjective is modern. After that, then THN. Than many other countries in Asia. Okay. So Japan is compared with many other countries in Asia. Pakistan is less modern than India. Pakistan is compared with India. She is more intelligent than him. So she is compared with him. Jan is more talented than anyone else in the math class. See, here you need to notice that when we are saying that Jan is more talented than anyone else, that means Jan is the most talented girl in the math class. So if you want to change it to superlative degree, you will change it by saying Jan is the most talented girl in the class. But when it comes to comparative degree, because she is the most talented, that means Jan is more talented than anyone else in the class. Okay. I am less tolerant than you. Here the comparison is between I and you. But here less is used because I am less tolerant than you. It's a comparative degree. So we will try to have some practice. You can also try to use these words in positive, comparative as well as superlative degrees. So let us have a look at superlative degree. EST is added to one syllable adjectives, otherwise MOST, most is added. So noun first or pronoun. Jamal is the tallest boy in our class. So Jamal is the noun. Be के बदले क्या आया is, फिर the आया, adjective का EST part आया tallest, फिर क्या आया object आया and rest of the sentence in our class. She is the smartest girl in her class. तो वैसे ये sentence बना है. So the is very important in superlative degree. Now some of the adjectives that end with y, so you have to change y to I when you are changing it into superlative degree. So pretty mein it ends with y, so we are going to add IEST. पहले y का I कर देंगे and then we will add EST. So she is the prettiest girl in her family. He is the wealthiest man in the USA. So notice the spelling, change of spelling. Okay. So superlative degrees mein these are examples of the different adjectives and how they change. Okay. So go through it, read them. Bad, worse, worst, good, better, best. Others are easy, but these are like somewhat different. Good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Okay. Use the most or least. जैसे हम more और less करते हैं, वैसे superlative में the most या the least भी you can use. Before two or more than two syllable adjectives if they do not end with y. Okay. So now let us look at them. Kabul is the most congested city in Afghanistan. पहले आया noun Kabul. Is a form of be. The most. congested, because you cannot do congester or congest, est या er इसको नहीं लग सकता, तो the most, est यहाँ पे नहीं लगा सकते, सुपरलेटिव की बात है, तो the most हमने लगाया, city in Afghanistan. She is the most intelligent student in our class. Okay. So अभी एक्सरसाइज हम देखेंगे. You try. In the end I have given you the answers, so you can copy this down, all the notes you take in your notebooks, and try to do the exercises by your own, or I will discuss it in the Zoom lecture. Okay. So the answers have been given, but you try to do on your own, otherwise we will discuss it in the Zoom lecture. So these exercises you need to do. Now let us try to change the sentences. See, the same idea can be expressed using positive, comparative or superlative. For example, Supriya is the smartest girl in the class. When it is the smartest, so we are going to say no other girl in the class is as smart as Supriya. So when we are using as smart as, so it is positive degree of comparison. Because she is the smartest, in positive we need to go for no other girl in the school is as smart as Supriya. In comparative, how will we say the same thing? Supriya is smarter than any other girl in the class. So when it is the smartest in superlative, in comparative it will be Supriya is smarter than any other. So please underline any other, and also remember as smart as in positive degree, and you have to start with no other. When it is the smartest, superlative में the smartest होगा, so we'll go for these two things in positive and comparative. So you should try this exercise that I have given you, and otherwise if you have difficulty, we are going to try to solve them. Answers have been given, but you try it, but I will again discuss it in the Zoom lectures. Okay, so please copy it down. We're going to stop here. You'll have to go through it and you'll have to revise it and try to do the exercises. Thank you.